guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all about my rhinoplasty experience. So if you don't know, rhinoplasty is basically nose surgery. So I just want to put out a little disclaimer before we even get into this video. If you are someone who's against plastic surgery or against changing your face and stuff like that, first of all, I don't really know why you clicked on this video, and second of all, it doesn't concern you. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but if you have something that you're really insecure about, I think it's pretty incredible that you are able to change it in this day and age. My nose is something that I've always struggled with. I've always been super insecure about it. Rhinoplasty is something that I've always been interested in. I've wanted one literally since I can remember, and I just kind of wanted to go through everything, the whole process, and my experience, my thoughts, and all of that with you guys. So now let's actually get into the pre-operation stuff. So this is pretty much everything that you do before you actually get the surgery. So the very first thing is picking your surgeon, obviously, and this is quite possibly one of the most important steps. You want to make sure you do a ton of research on the surgeon. You want to meet with them, make sure you like them, make sure y'all are on the same page about how you want your nose to look, because I can't imagine getting a nose job and then not liking it after. That would literally be horrible. So try your best to do lots of research and meet with the people. And yeah, a lot of people also asked me where I got my nose job, so I will have the surgeon's name and office on the screen somewhere. That way, if you're interested in if you live in that area, you can know. I absolutely loved my surgeon and all of his team. They were all super nice, and I knew exactly what I was gonna get when I came out, and yeah, I'm super happy with mine. Obviously, before you get your surgery, you also want to make sure that this is something that you really want to do. I've been thinking about getting rhinoplasty, like I said, for a very long time, so it was something that I was sure that I wanted to do. But if you're just watching this video and it's the first time it's ever crossed your mind, actually put some thought into it. I would wait a little bit and make sure that you really want it, because it's a long process and it costs a lot of money. So you want to make sure that this is something you're ready to commit to. After you've done your research and you found your surgeon that you like, and you've made sure that you really want to do this, the next step is obviously making your first pre-op appointment. So my pre-op appointment took place about a month before I actually had my surgery, and this is where we kind of went over everything. He told me exactly what he wanted to do on my nose. He kind of feels around here and even here. My surgeon at least just kind of let me know about what he was gonna do. I know some surgeons can actually show you pictures, they have things where they can take a picture of your face and then edit it and kind of show you what it might look like after. My surgeon didn't have that, but he was very thorough at explaining what he wanted to do. So for me personally, he said that he was going to take out the little bump, shave down the sides a little bit, and that was it. Everyone's rhinoplasty is going to be a little bit different. You really have to trust your surgeon. He or she is going to know what will look best on your face, because originally I said that I wanted the little ski slope kind of thing, and I was oh yeah, and you should kind of push up the tip of my nose a little bit, and he was no Maya, we're not gonna do that, because your nose will already naturally kind of do that. So you kind of have to have trust in your surgeon, which is again why researching your surgeon is super important. Anyway, so the rest of my pre-op appointment was pretty simple and easy. I signed all of the financial paperwork and all of your insurance and all of that stuff, and then that was pretty much it. They told me see you on surgery day. They gave me a list of all my medications that I would need, and I went under general anesthesia, so they gave me all of the paperwork for all of that. So there was a list of supplements that my surgeon gave me, and I decided to take all of them before my surgery. So I started those about 2 weeks before my surgery, and it was basically to help my immune system, because when you go through surgery it can be a lot on your body and you really don't want to get sick. So he gave me some supplements to help with my immune system, and he also gave me some supplements that were going to help with the bruising, because you do bruise. I'll insert pictures later, kind of gross, but you bruise a lot. So I took supplements to try and prevent that as much as I could. And then fast forward to the night before surgery, you can't eat or drink anything like a normal surgery. like 12 hours before something like that, and they give you like a paper with all of the information, but essentially you can't eat anything or drink anything for like 12 hours before you have your surgery. The day of your actual surgery is pretty easy. The hardest part is getting the IV, unless you're like good with stuff like that. I'm not. I have a very low pain tolerance and I literally hate needles like so much. So the hardest part for me was getting the IV. They put it in your hand, not like here like normal blood work. They put it through your hand, which hurts like so bad. But yeah, after they put in the IV, I don't really remember much. I was really loopy. They brought me into the surgery room and then I woke up. During surgery, what they did was they cut through right there. All rhinoplasties are a little bit different. My surgeon told me that he wasn't even sure exactly what kind he was gonna do until you're really on the operating table. So yeah, it kind of just depends. So they can either go through here, which is what they did for me, or sometimes they go through like right here. They cut there too, I believe he said, but they didn't end up doing that on me. So anyway, they go through my nose, they go up my nose, and they put in packing, which if you don't know what that is, it's essentially like tampons like that go up your nose. It's just like little pieces of cotton. They're pretty uncomfortable. They don't hurt, but you can't like breathe at all out of your nose when you first get the surgery, so that kind of sucks. And it's just because of the packing. And then they put a little splint that goes over, and it essentially just holds everything in place. That way it doesn't like shift around while it's still healing. And then for like the first 1 or 2 days after your surgery, they have like a drip thing that goes down here, and it's just to catch any like blood that comes out, stuff like that. So after you like get done with your surgery, you go and wait in the little recovery room for like an hour, depending on how you feel, and then you get to go home. When I got home, literally all I did for the entire first day was sleep. Like, I'm not even joking. I think I slept for like 10 hours straight that day. I was super tired and all I wanted to do was sleep the first day, and that's pretty much all I did. You don't really have a diet, but I will say I only ate really soft foods for like the first 2 or 3 days, because the act of chewing, I just like felt it in my nose and it kind of freaked me out. You are allowed to, but I was a little nervous, so I didn't really eat super hard food until like a couple days later. Honestly, the first like 3 to 4 days, you're gonna feel like shit and you're really not gonna want to do anything. Obviously, everyone's a little bit different, but for the most part, the first couple days are kind of the worst. My face got super swollen. I'll insert some pictures if you don't mind. But my face got super swollen and I was extremely bruised, especially on like the second, third day. I was like super bruised and I just looked like a hot mess, honestly. I like didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want anyone to see me. I felt really gross, but it didn't hurt. That's the thing that kind of surprised me, is like it didn't hurt. My nose never really hurt. It was just very uncomfortable because you have like stuff up your nose, so like you literally are breathing out of your mouth for like the entire time for like the first week that you get the surgery. Pretty much the first week after you get your surgery, you're not going to want to do much because you will definitely be bruised and swollen. Also, you won't be able to breathe out of your nose at all, so like breathing out of your mouth, I don't know, it made me feel really gross all day because like it just gets gross when you're breathing out of your mouth all the time. And like I drank so much water because I was breathing out of my mouth like constantly for like the first week. So like your mouth gets super dry and your lips get super chapped. So like always have chapstick on you and a glass of water, definitely. But then after the first week, you have your first post-op appointment, which is when you get your packing out and your splint off, and it's the most emotional day ever because you finally get to see your new nose. And yeah, I was super excited, but I was also really nervous because I didn't know what to expect when it came to like getting the packing off. Like I was really scared that it was gonna hurt, but it actually didn't hurt at all. But it was probably the grossest feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. Like, I don't even know how to describe it without sounding disgusting, but basically they like stick these little like tweezer looking things up your nose and they just like pull out literally like a bloody cotton, kind of like a tampon, but it feels so gross. It's like warm and like slimy. I'm so sorry, like it was literally disgusting. So yeah, they pull out one and then they pull out the other, and that was like the worst part of everything. It literally like it was so gross. But once they take the packing off, then they like take your splint off. Oh, and then they also took my stitches out. So I only had 3 stitches along here. They said normally people have 3 to 5, and I only had 3, thank God, because they kind of hurt. Like, it wasn't like unbearable by any means, but it definitely didn't feel good. It felt like they were just like pinching you, like I don't know, it wasn't the best feeling. But then they take your stitches out, then they're actually going to show you your nose, which is super exciting. But I just want to warn you, your nose is going to be really swollen still, especially like the tip of it is going to be really swollen. So don't like expect your nose to look like that forever. They actually say that your nose will still be changing for up to 6 months after your surgery, just because it takes a really long time for it to completely heal. But regardless, I was still super excited when I first saw my nose, and I thought that it looked really good. I mean, it was obviously still a little bit swollen, but I was still obsessed with it. I was so happy. I like almost cried. Like, it was the best feeling ever. Yeah, so pretty much the first week is the worst week. Then you get your stuff off, and it still kind of sucks because for me at least, I was still a little bit bruised. So I like was trying to like put concealer and stuff to like cover up my bruises for like the next week and a half. And then finally it got better, and now I can like pretty much do everything. The day I'm filming this, it is my 1 month and 2 day mark since I've gotten my surgery, and I am more obsessed with my nose like every single day. I have never taken so many profile pictures before in my entire life. The recovery isn't joyful. Like, obviously you're having surgery, like there's gonna be parts of it that suck, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I would say the worst parts of it for me personally were how bruised my face got, just because it didn't go away for so long. I literally had like a strip of like purple eyeliner is what it looked like, but it was like bruising along my like eyelid. I literally had that for like 3 weeks after my surgery. But again, I like bruise super easily, so don't like expect that. And probably just how dry your like lips get was like so annoying. Like, I literally went through like 3 tubes of chapstick during the whole thing. Again, everyone is different, everyone's experience is going to be different, but I hope you got something out of my experience. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will totally answer them. And yeah, I guess that wraps up everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.